Assalamu alaikum everyone, this is Sadia Jahan Cheri. Today I will discuss about IMF and the World Bank. So the first slide, what is IMF? IMF or International Monetary Fund is an organization that promotes global economic growth, financial stability, encourages international trade and reduces poverty. It plays a significant role in international finance and economic stability. IMF began its operation in Washington DC in May 1946 after the Second World War. So, on joining the IMF, each country contributes a certain sum of money which is called quota subscription, and this current quota formula is a weighted average of GDP weight of 50%, openness 30%, economic variability 15%, and international reserve 5%. Quotas are denominated in special drawing rights, which is known as SDRs. It is the IMF's unit of account. So from this chart, we can see that United States is the largest IMF member, around 2.4 billion SDRs. And from this chart, we can also see that United States contributed 16.52% of the total amount, and then come Japan, which contributed 6.15% of the total amount, then China, which contributed 6.09% of the total amount, Germany 5.32% of the total amount, and then France 4.03% of the total amount, United Kingdom 4.03% of the total amount, and the rest of the world are contributed 57.86% of the total amount. The next slide are talking about quotas serve various purposes. Number 1, they constitute the resources from which the IMF draws to make loans to members in financial difficulty. They are the basis for determining how much a member can borrow from the IMF or receives from the IMF in periodic allocations of special assets, which is known as SDRs. Number 3, they determine the voting power of the member. Each member's votes are comprised of basic votes plus one additional vote for each SDR 1 lakh quota. So, the IMF performs three main functions in the interest of an orderly functioning of the international monetary system. Surveillance. IMF monitors members' monetary policy, exchange rate mechanism, and economic conduct in the member country. Financial assistance. IMF provides financial support to help address financial crises and support reform programs. For example, IMF has committed about $35 billion to Indonesia, Korea, and Thailand. Technical assistance. IMF provides technical assistance in its area of core expertise, macroeconomic policy, tax policy and revenue administration, expenditure management, monetary policy, the exchange rate system, financial sector stability, and financial statistics. So now we will talk about the World Bank. So what is World Bank? The World Bank is a global financial institution that provides loans and grants to the government of low and middle income countries. And the World Bank was established along with the IMF in the 1944 after the Second World War at Bretton Woods Conference. So what types of organization World Bank is? It is an global organization, and the World Bank provide funds, gives loans at low or zero interest charge, and their aim is removing poverty, reduce debt crisis, especially in underdeveloped countries. The next slide is about the World Bank Group. The World Bank Group has directly impacted the lives of millions of people worldwide by supporting projects focused on education, healthcare, and infrastructure development. The establishment of the World Bank Group after the World War II, its primary objectives and various initiatives has undertaken to foster global economic development and reduce poverty. The World Bank Group operates through 5 different institutions, each with its specific focuses and objectives. So the 5 groups are IBRD or International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, International Development Association or IDA, International Finance Corporation or IFC, Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency or MIGA, International Center for the Settlement of Investment Disputes ICSID. So, together IBRD and IDA from the World Bank provide financing, policy advice and technical assistance to governments of developing countries. IFC, MIGA and ICSID focuses on more strengthening the private sector in developing countries. MIGA provides political risk insurance or guarantee to foreign investors against losses caused by non-commercial risk to facilitate foreign direct investment in developing countries. ICSID or International Center for Settlement, Investment and Disputes arbitrates disputes between foreign investors and the country where they have invested. Apart from this, there can be a question arise that what is the difference between IMF and the World Bank? So, IMF or International Monetary Fund was set up to deal with monetary matters, while the World Bank was established to promote a flow of long-term loans for purposes of reconstruction and development. So thank you everyone. I hope you all have got some little much idea about IMF and the World Bank.